Greetings and salutations, humans of Earth. It's Red Wild Rider coming at you live from a satellite presently orbiting dual stars of Alpha Centauri. Got here not just one, but two boxes. Core 2021. Time for some pack opening goodness. Hopefully we pull a Teferi. Hopefully we pull some value out of this. Just looked up the value of cards in this set, and frankly, the value's kind of rough, man. Obviously, you got a couple of mythics that are pretty solid. 1 second, I have them open here. Obviously, Teferi, Ugin, Grim Tutor, Terror of the Peaks, Fiery Emancipation, Elder Gargaroth, Liliana, Chromatic Orrery are all $10 and up. With Teferi at 60 right now. I expect that's going to last. Grim Tutor will probably go down from the 26 it's at now. Ugin will probably stay around 32. Maybe come down a little bit as more copies of him are out there. As far as the new cards, it's a little hard to tell. It really depends on how much play they're going to actually see. I think Chromatic Orrery is going to be really good in Commander, so I think that's going to be a thing. Same for Fiery Emancipation and Terror of the Peaks. Beyond that, Mythics are all right. Most of the Mythics are, even Baneslayer Angel is worth a pack. So any Mythic we open in this is good to go right now. Right now, it's still the week of release right now. So we have to be careful. As far as the rares are concerned, you got a handful of rares that are above $5, and for the most part, they're above $6. But most of them are reprints. Half of them are reprints. Azusa Heroic Intervention Fabled Passage are all over $6. Most of them not by much over $6. Zeus is like 10, but Fabled Passage, Heroic Intervention is sort of mid-6s. And 3 new cards: Conspicuous Soup, Veto, and Chandra's Incinerator. Yeah, I can't believe there's a Veto in Magic now. I mean, of all the names, Veto. God, I know so many Vetoes. And if you think I'm joking, I'm actually not. It may say something about where I grew up, which you could probably figure out. A couple of uncommons are worth a buck or more. Eliminate, Predatory Worm, Carol Keep Disciples, Liliana Scrounger, and Historian of Zhalfir are all worth some decent money as well. I want to go through this before opening all the boxes. I don't have to keep looking at it because I don't remember this kind of stuff. Like, I'm glad I have a pricing app that I use for all of this, because I wouldn't remember it. But I wanted to go through that just so we know kind of what we're expecting. So anything we open that's Mythic is going to be good. And everything else, well, we got a few hits. And that's going to be about it. So let's just get this open and get rolling with box number 1 of Core 2021. Oh, you know something? Before we get started, I'm just going to tilt the camera just a touch. Okay. Stay right there. Right there. Thank you. All right, so 36 packs of cool stuff. Interesting that if you haven't been following, the showcase cards are alternate frame. Like, they're very similar to the signature spellbook frames for each of the Planeswalkers. Box can get bent. Okay. Let's get the packs in the camera frame. And let's start cracking. So, do we have tabs on these? Yes, these are Japanese boosters. That's nice. We get right to business very quickly. Let me move my garbage pail just a little bit closer. Up, just knocked over a mostly empty box of cards. All right, so we have our cat token. Okay, and let's take a look at this cat token. It's kind of dark. Like, now, this is not the lighting. Okay, because as you can see, the lighting's fine. There's the basic land, right? This card is just really dark. It's very nice looking. I like it for a cat token. but it's just weird in that it's very, very dark. Okay, so that's our token. We'll put our tokens up there. Basic land, and our first rare is Temple of Epiphany. Reprinted the same temple cycle from M20, so I'm not too impressed, but you know, it's still a rare. Now I'm going to look through these very quickly and put them off to the side, as these are we have possibilities of getting the showcase cards, and I want to pull out the showcase cards and show them a little bit. But other than that, I don't even really care what uncommons I open at this point. I was saying that there were some uncommons that were valuable, but as we, you know, as most of us know, that lasts for like a week or two, and then all the uncommons are like 50 cents. But right now, if I wanted to sell some of those uncommons, I could probably sell them for $2 a pop, or $1 a pop, but I'm not gonna. So Saproling token. Let me see. Can I make this a little easier on me? Yeah, that's better. That's weird, actually. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to move some things around in a minute. I should have done this the other way. Windscarred Crag. Behind that is Transmogrify. Now, this is a pretty interesting card for Commander players. I mean, it's not exactly Chaos Warp, but you know, if I'm seeing a Blightsteel Colossus on the table, yeah, it's going to get transmogrified, especially if I haven't died yet. Hey, Reaper. What card am I most looking for today? I got to be honest. I don't think there's anything in particular. Like, obviously, I want to get a Teferi. I want to get a Discontinuity. I would love to get any alternate arts or anything like that. Yeah, it is a lot like Polymorph. It's actually pretty much Polymorph in red, except, yeah, no, Polymorph, you still exile the creature, right? Oh, yeah, Grim Tutor. I definitely need a Grim Tutor. Thank you for reminding me. I can't believe I blanked on Grim Tutor. But, yeah, I definitely want to grab one of those, because I don't have any. So definitely Grim Tutor. I mean, I haven't used it in any of my decks, but that's not to say at some point I won't. You know. Oh, Polymorph is destroy. Yeah, it's a big difference. Okay. Got to remember the pull tab. By the way, Reaper, funny story, and this will be something that only you and I understand. But when I went to go pick this stuff up earlier, Alfie shows up, and then Toby and Alex show up. So it was a pretty interesting bump into while we were at the card shop. Pirate token. Basic Mountain, and Pack Leader. Okay, Pack Leader's a card. I mean, I'm probably never going to build a dog deck. I'm not a dog person. It's not that I don't like dogs. It's just that I like cats better. But it's still a very good card. It's still a very good card. I mean, I'm not going to lie. So it's probably be worth a little something. I'm sure people will want it. Yeah, Grim Tutor being a ridiculously expensive card definitely prevented me from owning one. And the fact that it was expensive, not because it was heavily used, but just because it was used and really rare. Oh, yeah, with Marathon? Yeah, I mean, Pack Leader is definitely going to be a tribal component. Anybody who wants to run tribal dogs is going to run Pack Leader. I mean, there's no way around that. All right, I'm going to move some stuff around here because I'm realizing this is crazy inconvenient for me. We put basics over there, tokens over there, rares over here, and swappy over here. Okay. Still 1, 2, 3. Okay. Those aren't in the shot. I'll get them. Okay. Gotta get them all. Okay. We're good. I think I got this figured out now. It's going to be a little dark over here because my light source is coming from the left side. But this is more comfortable for me to work with. Everything's off to my right, which is better. I'm right-handed. Excuse me. Behind the Rugged Highlands is a foil Blood Glutton, first foil. Oh boy, what's behind here? It's a Spark Hunter Masticore. Spark Hunter Massacre, I think, is going to be a very interesting card for constructed formats. I don't think it's going to have much impact in Commander. I mean, there are Planeswalkers out there, but unless you're facing a Planeswalker deck, you don't necessarily need him. And if there's no Planeswalkers around, he's just he's a 3-mana 3/4 that can get 3 mana indestructible. So not bad. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm also not seeing so far no showcase cards yet. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm sure there'll be something here. Garbage card is garbage. Put it down over there. By the swamp, we have the most expensive rare in the set. Azusa, Lost But Seeking. Why is my camera just not focusing now? I thought I fixed this. I guess not. But everybody knows what Azusa does. Azusa's awesome. Maybe that helps. Come on. You know what? I'm going to put the packs off camera. See, that might help with the focusing. Because there'll be nothing else close up fighting for attention. Nope, that didn't help. Damn it. But I got an Azusa. I'm gonna put that out here because it may as well be a mythic. I mean, it's pretty much the same value as most of the mythics. So, here we go. Our first showcase card. So yeah, so it's I don't recall if it's exactly the same as the Gideon ones from the Gideon spellbook, but it's pretty close, and it's really nice. And honestly, I like all the frames. The red one is really awesome. I think the red one's probably the best one out of all of them. This is nice. It's a little enhanced, but it's not overbearing. The mana symbols are a little weird, but I think everybody's going to get used to them. I think the white ones are just a little difficult to see. I think they could have used a slightly darker color on the mana cost instead of going with a slightly lighter one. They should have used just the same black color. I think would have been fine. I don't know why they chose that color. It's, like I said, just not easy to see. But other than that, I mean, okay. So, yeah, I like to keep those separate because when I go to put them away later, I am going to process them separately, basically. I have a system. I've been doing this for a very long time. So, Thornwood Falls, and we get a Volcanic Salvo. Foil Volcanic Salvo, actually, now that I'm looking at it a little bit closer. I was making sure I put the card in the Thornwood Falls in the right place. I'm like, oh, that's a foil Volcanic Salvo. So there's our first foil rare. Okay. And behind that, we have a Hooded Blightfang. Oh, I think this guy was one of the ones that was worth money, if I remember. See, I don't even remember now. I looked at the list. I don't remember. You think I remember this stuff? No. In one year, out the other. Okay, but he's really good. And I think we're focused on him now so you can actually see it. Okay, so looking pretty good. Okay, I got a couple of pretty decent rares. Feeling all right. No, there's nothing in here right now. I told you. They really are very noticeable. I mean, I know I'm like looking very closely at them. I'm just not used to seeing them in person yet. I've watched a bunch of videos and they look really like super obvious. Yes, this was a card that I wanted to make sure that I at least got one copy of, and I looked at the price and I know that it's not going for a lot. But I love cards like this. I love End the Turn. Because End the Turn sometimes is just freaking amazing. It's sometimes really bad, but there are times where a spell like this is super useful, and you can always make it useful in a lot of places. So there's our first actual mythic, and not just our Azusa or our foil rare. Here's the black one, and now you see like the black one. It's very easy to see what's going on. Actually, there's no generic mana cost on Liliana Stewart, so that's why you wouldn't be able to see it. But The little embellishments on the frame are very nice. The swamp symbol is very clear. So this is well done. Like I said, I think it's just the white ones with the mana symbol issue, but that's the only problem I really have with those. You know, I think all the rest of them are fine. I think it's just white because it's light color on light color. It's really hard. It's like light color on a slightly dark light color. Oh, here's our showcase swamp. We do get showcase basic lands in here as well, and the basic lands are very, very nice in this format. I wasn't sure if you would get these in the regular packs, but I guess you do, and they're in the regular land slot, which is even better. Behind that, we have a Sporeweb Weaver. This guy, I'm sure this guy is going to be a sideboard card at some point. Okay. He's a 1/4. Whenever he's dealt damage, you gain 1 life and get a green Saproling. He's reach and hexproof from blue. Like this is a perfect card to get sideboarded in from a green deck. But once again, we're talking about constructed formats and not. There's a Basri Solidarity special. I'm going to show off each of the colors as I find them. Hopefully, I don't just get all black and white ones in this box. That would be really kind of abstract and awkward. Yeah. So yeah, Sporeweb Weaver. That's the kind of card. Like if I was playing green in a standard format, that's where I would put it. We have a foil Pride Malkin, and behind the foil Pride Malkin is a Necromentia. This is this card is horrible. I'm sorry. You know, why do you honestly? This card is safe at 1 double black. Without that little rider about giving the opponent zombie tokens if they happen to have one of those cards in their hand, you know, that just makes no sense whatsoever. Like, I'm sure somewhere it's going to see play, but I can't see too many places. I'm not eager to play it. Cultivate. Hey, it's an uncommon. That's right. And when you get the fancy ones, they're in the rare spot. The extended heart ones are actually rares, believe it or not. It's really kind of weird that they did that. But I mean, I understand why. I think it's more for the collector's pack. I've watched a bunch of collector's pack videos, and the way the collector's packs are arranged, that's how it makes sense. Okay, Chandra, Mythic. Mythic number 2. I'm not a super big fan of this Chandra. I mean, it pretty much, you drop her on turn 5 and you get a shock, and she has 6 counters on her, so you have to be able to defend her. The next turn, you might start to get some value out of that first +1, but almost never on the turn you play her. And that's the biggest problem with this, is that all they gave you with that +1 was a shock. Just a shock. That's it. I am not a fan of Chandra. I'm sure she's going to see play somewhere. I don't think in very many of my decks, however. I can't see playing her. Anytime you have to wait a turn to get value out of a card, it's questionable. That's that other Mythic, the Gargaroth. I'm not a huge fan of that card either, for the same reason. Well, that's a nice demon token. That's very cool. We get a regular Volcanic Salvo now. So yeah, what was I just talking? Yeah, I'm not a fan of Chandra. I think probably the worst Planeswalker in the set. I'm sure in limited formats, I'm sure she's great, because she'll most likely live a turn. You know, and that's the important part. The fact she's going to live a turn. This was a card I kind of wanted in foil because I could see that I'll be using this somewhere. I just don't know exactly where yet. Because I don't have any red-green decks that don't involve dragons or dinosaurs. So he doesn't fit in either one of those. So, but I definitely see a future for me using this guy. And we have See the Truth. Look at the top 3 cards. Oh, this card is one I think is going to be good long term. Uh, it's kind of like a. It's not really Brainstorm, because Brainstorm you draw the cards. Here you're not drawing the cards, but you're basically looking through the top three, putting one in your hand, and if you happen to be casting it from the graveyard, hint Eternal formats and Modern, pretty much. This card's going to see some play. I'm absolutely certain. You get to keep all the cards if you cast it from anywhere other than your hand. So that just seems absurd. So if I could open a couple more Seed the Truths, I'll be happy. I'll be fine. Not a problem. Anything here? Nope. All right. Into row 2. Start plowing through these packs a little bit faster. Maybe a little less talky. If you guys throw some messages up in the chat, I'll respond to you a little bit, but otherwise I'm going to move through. So I just saw what's behind here. So we're not only going to see the Showcase Plains art, which now we're not focusing again for some dumb reason. Let's see if we can do this again. I'm pretty sure these lands are tied to the worlds that their planeswalkers are from. We saw the swamp before. That's Dominaria, where Liliana's from. This definitely looks like Amonkhet, where Basri-Ket's from. So I don't know why we're not focusing. But behind here, and I really kind of do want to focus now. Hello, camera. That way. I can't get the focus, but it's Chandra's Incinerator, and this is a Showcase frame in red. And once again, very clearly see the red mana symbols. You can clearly see the number in the generic cost. And look at the bottom with the flames. That is so freaking awesome. Like, really, it's so nice. Will we focus on the card anywhere else? I have no idea what this camera is focused on. Now I know what it's focused on. Clearly it's focused on my hand, but not what was in my hand, just my hand. It's bizarre. Anyway, now you can see it better. All right. So now I'm pretty sure I know exactly what to do to get rid of the problems here. I'm just going to put that with the rares. That's fine. And we got another Showcase, this time the Uncommon Chandra's Pyrelings. Very interesting pulls in this pack. And finally, the green card, and the funniest one of all, because Showcase card with no text. Look at that, Garruk Scorehorn. I mean, it's 7/3 for 5, which is kind of bonkers. But just no flavor text, just random patterns in the background. What the hell are those patterns have anything to do with green? I don't know. But that's what they decided to do. Okay, Wizards. You know best. Oh my God, I couldn't keep a straight face saying that. Are you kidding me? I know, exactly. Would it have hurt to have some flavor text? Come on. Just something. I mean, it's Garruk's friggin' beast. Oh, here's a reprint, Scavenging Ooze. Not probably the most valuable reprint I could have opened. The other reprints are some of the other reprints are better. Lorescale Coatl, one of my favorite creatures from Alara Reborn. Anything here? Have we seen all the colors now? We haven't seen blue. We haven't seen blue yet. Let's see one of Teferi's buddies. I gotta be careful when I open these packs. I don't knock the camera over. My hands are really, really close to the camera tower. You don't know, but it's true. So we got Vito, which was one of the better new rares. I do remember that because I went on the whole rant about Vitos and knowing too many of them. But yeah. For the record, he's an Exquisite Blood on a 1/3 body for 3 mana, and he can give your creatures lifelink, which seems pretty good. What I'm really surprised about, honestly, is that we're getting like these random cards tied to Fiora. That's the plane that Conspiracy is on? I don't remember the exact name. I know it's something with an F. And it sounds vaguely Italian, which is why like Marchesa, Brago, all these names are kind of related to it. I think it's Fiora. But yeah. We have a rewind reprint in this set too. I don't know if you saw it as I was flashing through the uncommons there, but once we see the blue card, the blue showcase, I'm going to stop looking at the showcases and I'm just going to rip them out real fast, and this is going to start to fly. So we have a foil Frost Breath. Okay, that's one of our common reprints, and behind that is a Brash Taunter. It's a Stuffy Doll in red. That's basically what this is, except you can fight with him instead of dealing 1 damage. You could use him to fight to deal 1 damage to a creature, which is kind of interesting. I like it. It's very red, very clearly a red card. It's fun. I think Goblin decks are gonna have a good time with that. Okay. See if I have to start moving some piles soon. I don't know where the hell I'm going to move them to. Space off the camera is once again very cluttered. I'm in a different space, but it doesn't matter. Sanctum of All. We got our multicolored shrine. If only I was drafting with this. Should I go for the shrines? I don't know. But Sanctum of All is a pretty interesting card. I'm sure this is going to see Commander play. I'm absolutely certain of it. I'm sure somebody's going to have a shrines deck. I might be the one. Yeah, really half of Brooklyn, really, but yeah, half of New York City for sure. But yeah, I'm sure that we're going to have some fun with shrine decks. Quirion Dryad reprint, very nice, very nice. Although it's now an uncommon. And if you want to really we finally found our blue. All right, I'll get back to the Quirion Dryad issue in a moment. It's Fairy's Protege. Here's our blue one. Once again, everything is very visible. Everything is very clear. It's only on the white card that it's not that clear. All the other ones look great. And blue's the border's kind of plain. That's why if you notice, I like the red one the best. The red one's just beautiful. These are all good. They're all nice. But they're, I think they could have done better. They could have given us something a little more interesting than just like this moderately altered border. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, as we roll through here, let's start flying a little bit. Bloodfell Cave, Shacklegeist, pretty decent rare. Try it again. Why is that happening? Maybe. Oh, we got it now. Shacklegeist. Okay. So it can it's a flyer that can only block flyers, and you could tap to untap spirit you control to tap a creature you don't control. And hey, spirit decks like making tokens, in case anybody forgot. So I had to watch when I'm flipping cards. I'm going to knock that pile over, and things are going to get really messy around here real fast. All right, so I think I'm about halfway through the box now. I'm not counting the packs because I don't want to waste time. I don't want to be here all day opening 2 packs. So I'm going to open more. Foil, basically basic land. And behind that is Gadrak the Crown Scourge. Yes, a new fun dragon. You have to control a lot of artifacts to really mess with them, but he gives you artifacts. As long as you're killing creatures or having your creatures die, hopefully you're just killing creatures, and that just seems a lot better. But Gadrak the Crown Scourge. Okay, pretty neat. I think I'll be playing him in my Dragons deck. I might find a spot for him just because of curve issues. He's a cheap dragon. And as long as everybody else is screwing around with each other and kind of leaving me alone, I can get a couple treasure tokens. And with the likelihood of it actually happening in the game, probably pretty low knowing my play group. We got Liliana Standard Bearer. This is actually another card that I wanted to get at least one of, and I'm glad because there were a couple of rares I ended up not opening with all the Ikoria stuff I opened. So it is possible. I mean, I only open what you see on the videos. I don't open anything else. But this is really good. This is kind of reminiscent of Caller of the Claw. And that was one of my favorite cards when I played Elves. So this is going to be really good. And it's draw X cards where when it enters the battlefield, where X is the number of creatures that died under your control this turn. So instead of getting 2/2 bear tokens, you're getting cards. And it's not costing you life. And that's amazing. And it's only 3 mana. It's a really, really good creature. And I think the showcase version of this is actually worth something pretty decent. Because they made showcases for all the Planeswalker themed cards, obviously. No, nothing. Okay. Why can't I grab it? Easily attacks. Treasure Swamp into Ghostly Pilferer. So when it becomes untapped, it can pay 2 to draw a card. Yeah. Opponent can't spell from anywhere other than their hand draw a card. This is, again, this is probably going to be a very good sideboard card. I don't see this being anything else. Oh, what? That was not a foil, and all of a sudden there's a Solemn Simulacrum full art. I'm not sure how that pack arrangement just worked out, but apparently I got 2 rares in the pack because there's a full art Solemn Simulacrum, and that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, it's like, that's not a rare. It's just a normal pack. Let me see something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it was basically somehow either this ends up in the spot behind the rare and the foils would end up over the rare. I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. There was another set where there was some weird, wacky thing that occurred with the print run that, depending on what kind of cards you open in a given pack, it like screwed with the order. And I remember being really, like, when I was opening the packs of that, so I remember being very frustrated. So we have a foil seasoned Hollowblade. Yes! Yes! Hallelujah! I got a Grim Tuna. Woo! Nice. Nice. Ka-ching. But there we go with another mythic. Okay. I am super, super excited to get one of those. I'm really hoping I get one in the collector's box, because the full art Grim Tutor is absolutely beautiful. Oh, I really want to have one. I want to get it in the pack so I don't have to worry about trying to trade for one or something. Oh, we got our first foil showcase card in Foil Teferi's Protege. That is very nice. Oh, that's, the foiling's really nice. I guess it's really just the art, because like the borders like kind of add with the foiling, although it's nice that there's patterns in it and not just like a repeated thing. It's like kind of random, so it's interesting when you look at it. Although it might be something repeated and just angled. I don't know. I'd have to look at it closer. I'm not going to do it now. But we have an Animal Sanctuary back here, okay, which is a fun little card. I'm sure somebody's going to use this somewhere. This will probably be a Commander staple for years, just because people like to run, weird tribes, and snakes are actually a pretty popular tribe. I'm sure dogs are going to be popular. Cats are going to be even more popular now that they're actually getting a lot more support. And goats are just funny. People who end up playing goats are usually doing something like trading in the goats for mana. And Ox is just kind of abstract on that card. So there's that. My uncommons pile is getting really, all right. Let's move it over there. Should be a little bit better. It's not as close to the common pile. Okay, 2/3 of the way through box 1. What do we have here? We have Scoured Barrens and a Containment Priest. Very nice. Very nice. I think this would make number 5 for me now. The price on this is going to go way down. Being reprinted in a set like this is just going to, whatever value it had before. Funnily enough, it's the only Amonkhet invocation that I opened and kept. Every other Amonkhet invocation I opened, which was only a couple, I traded them all away. I was like, no, I don't want them. I didn't like the invocation. The only one I kept was Containment Priest, because I didn't have any other Containment Priest at the time. So we have a Foil Alpine Watchdog. Did I open one of these before? No, I opened the cat. And Demonic Embrace. This seems like a very cool card in Limited. I don't know if Standard's going to get with it. I don't see any other format getting with it. So, because you can cast from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card. And it does give a creature +3/+1 in flying. So it's very good in Limited. But other than that, I don't see it being played anywhere. So, bye-bye. You are a worthless card. All right. Another garbage card. That's good. I should do that. Temple of Triumph. Okay, another temple to add to the growing collection of temples that everybody's going to have after all this. Tormod's Crypt. Love this reprint. Probably in there for Standard for certain strategies. Maybe something's coming that's going to mess with the graveyard that we don't know about. Probably not Zendikar, maybe something else. But that's definitely a plant. Tormod's Crypt is definitely a plant. Now, come on. The art's a little abstract on this, but I mean, tell me that doesn't just look awesome. This is the best looking of the basic lands, and once again, we're out of focus. So yes, let's reset the focus there, and now please reset the focus here. Thank you very much. How awesome is this? Yes, Swarm Yard. I always forget about that card because I never build anything that uses it. But yeah, Swarm Yard would be very nice with the Animal Sanctuary also. But yeah, so this mountain just really nice looking. Behind the mountain is a Primal Might. This is another very good card. I don't think it's going to see Commander play at all, but it might see something like Standard play. At least it's a 1-mana fight at worst, which is fine. Because in most green decks, that's a 1-mana kill spell. So that is a really cool token. I have not seen this yet. The Construct token. That's very cool. So we have an island. And oh shit! A foil Liliana Standard Bearer. Very nice. I'll have to look up the price of this bad boy later. So I think this is one of the better cards, and I think this is going to be a good card long term. So foil Standard Bearer and Baron Tolarian Archmage. It's another pretty decent card. I don't see playing him in Commander at all. Actually, might play him in my Brago deck, actually. When he enters the battlefield, he has an ETB ability. Yeah, actually, yes. Very much yes. Very much with the yes. That's going into Brago. Got to remember that. Had to read it again. Sometimes you got to read the cards a couple of times. Fairy's Tutelage Showcase and a Liliana Steward Showcase. All right, in the home stretch of box 1. Okay, we have Conspicuous Snoop. There we go. That was, I think, our most valuable new rare. Wait. Let it focus. It's not focusing. What the hell? Wait. Oh. Let's maybe straighten it out too. No? Something? Anything? Okay, there we go. That's better. I guess we're just waiting for my hand to come back. Conspicuous Snoop. Play with top card of your library revealed. You may cast goblin spells from the top of your library. Gee, what goblin deck doesn't want to do that? As long as the top card of your library is a goblin, Conspicuous Snoop has all activated abilities of that card. There are so many shenanigans you could do with this. Oh my god, there's so many shenanigans you could do with this. It's really, really strong. This is going to be a valuable card for some time to come. I will promise you that, because everybody loves playing goblins, because goblins does a lot of crazy stuff. So Conspicuous Snoop is it's a thing. It's going to be good. It's already good. Speaker of the Heavens. Can I see an Angel deck playing this? No, only if they're really into the life game. Like I can see like Soul Sisters decks playing it. The Conspicuous Snoop has the Saffron Olive effect. I'm sure because I'm sure he talked about it like amazingly. Like I haven't even watched any of his stuff yet about Core 2021, and I'm sure I don't even have to. I know what he's going to say about Conspicuous Snoop because it's good. It's a good card. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Oh, I'm glad I saw Vrinwing there here because this falls into the same category as Quirion Dryad, and I never got to mention this. Yeah. You want to talk about power creep? This was a rare, 5 years ago? This was a rare. Quirion Dryad was a rare. They're uncommons now. Power creep is obvious. Obvious. And anybody who says otherwise does not know what they're talking about. I'm sorry. There is incredible power creep in this game, and it's got to get back under control at some point because it's things are going to get too crazy, and people are going to just stop playing. Yeah, the downshifts Reaper are nice when you get cards from rare into uncommon and stuff for things like Peasant and stuff like that. But it's definitely an indication that the power level of the game is increasing because there was no reason for that card to be uncommon in the past. In the past, it was too powerful to be rare, to be uncommon. So they made it a rare, and now it's downshifted. Quirion Dryad's downshifted. Vrinwing there's downshifted. They downshift more cards than they upshift, and I think that's the significant thing. From older cards, more stuff is downshifted than upshifted. You know, Cultivate was upshifted, but I think they upshifted Cultivate just to not tank the price of it absolutely completely. So I'm pretty sure that was the story behind that. So, oh, this guy, Foil Dreadmaw. Of course, I got a Foil Dreadmaw, but I also got Liliana, and that's much better. That's much better. I think this Liliana is pretty solid. Not gonna lie. Okay, the +1 each player discard each opponent who can't lose his 3 life seems pretty good. -3 target creature gets -X/-X to end a turn, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard seems pretty good. And the beginning emblem with the beginning of comment on your turn puts our creature card from a graveyard onto that. Ridiculous, absolutely bonkers card. Woo. Okay, I want to get the showcase of her art because that showcase was really nice. The full art's even better. Okay, so we have Jolrael, who will certainly be a good card in some decks. I would love to see which deck it would have to be probably Bant Cats in Commander, but I think you could do it. I don't know who your commander would be, but you know, that's not my problem. By the by, what I'm going to be doing here is after I open these 2 boxes, I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and I'm going to record my pre-release kit box opening and my collector's box opening. I'm going to do those videos, and I'm just going to dole them out over the next couple of days. And so today's the 2nd. So on the 3rd, tomorrow, I'll put out the pre-release kit video. On the 4th, I'll do the collector's box video, and on the 5th, I'll do the Ikoria collector's box video. I'm not going to edit it, but I'll do it. Bashri's Lieutenant from. Let's do this again. Yep, there we go. Bashri's Lieutenant. Pretty decent card. Again, not going to see any commander play whatsoever, but pretty decent card. Another Cultivate in there. That's nice. Okay.